What's that?
Dude, this is a new fucking pocket gimbal thing.
Is it cool?
It's fucking insane.
I love villains. I love bad guys, you know, Dr. Doom, Megatron, all those guys. Never been a hero guy for some reason. I have a feeling that there's a lot of people like me who never really won a lot, necessarily had the victory, you know, that kind of identify more with the villain in the first place. This brings me to my point, which was I went through a pretty rough part of my life for a pretty good measure of time. And here's the thing about villains, is you can't feel like a villain in your own life. You can see yourself as a villain, as someone who's against tradition, the mores, all the customs and the way things go in the world. But the thing about villains is, villains see themselves as heroes, you know? Villains and heroes essentially want the same thing. They just go about it very different ways, you know? Dr. Doom, Joker, all of them, they think they're the heroes. They're the protagonists of their own story. My problem was, and I was able to identify this only after a lot of work, is that I was the villain in my story, but I didn't have the right idea. I wasn't going about it the right way. I wasn't the hero in my story who was doing things wrong. I was the villain in my story, and there was no hero. You can't be your own adversary. As much as you can love villains, as much as you can love heroes, you have to be your own hero. And you can tell this. You can see it in people's faces who are the heroes of their own story and who are at odds with themselves, trying to fight themselves inside. It made me think for a while that we all have that same battle inside of us, that dichotomy. And my advice to anybody is, if you're doing good or if you're doing bad, try and find that hero. If anything, an anti-hero, because that way you can still be a son of a bitch.
You can see the screen?
Dude, yeah. I mean, look, it's like totally locked on your fucking face.